Peace. It's good, fam. It's Brother Coop out here, just getting back from a little private gig. I haven't done one of these in a while. Little walk, these little walking tidbits. So, on a on a good note, or I should say, on a turn of the tables. So my conveyance got stolen. What was that? Friday, right? Happy holy day to me. That was an interesting holy day. So yeah, woke up to my conveyance not being where I had left it the previous night. So, went through the process of filing a police report and the whole nine. Now, yeah, I did file a police report. Yeah, Morris can call the police if things happen. It's not like the police, the police cannot serve us because we are the people. So we still have that right, even though we choose to be ourselves and self-determine who we are. Interesting fact, though, you know what I'm saying? Because for me personally, for my conveyance, it was bought privately. I drew up my own bill of sale for my conveyance. I had me and the previous owner sign it. I filed it at the county recorder's office. So I have a certified copy of my bill of sale. It's on the record. And it was gifted, right? Once I had the bill of sale, I gifted the car to my trust. So the car is private property of my trust. And pretty much when I made the 911 call, to have the dispatcher send out a few private policemen or whatever. They come knocking at the door, and honestly, it's interesting because they told me, the dispatcher lady and the policeman, when he got to where I was at, told me that if I didn't have the bill of sale, they would not have been able to properly do a report, file a police report, because in the system, the car is still registered to the person who sold it to me. Now, mind you, I never put the car back in the system once I got it. I kept it outside. So, though the VIN number is underneath the previous owner's name, once I produced the bill of sale, there was no issues, right? Because that is the deed of title to the car, and the bill of sale, of course, has my free national name on there, and it is governed by the Zodiac Constitution. So that just lets outsiders or foreigners know that my vehicle is assigned to a foreign Aboriginal estate in reference to them, because they are colonizers. We are Aborigines. Difference. But I just found that really, really interesting, seeing how a lot of people talk about Moors or terrorists, or, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're above the law, we don't want to abide, we're doing things our own way. But how is it that if my car is not registered, but it gets stolen, I can still file a police report? That car is deemed my property. Hopefully it gets returned to me in a week or two, but nonetheless, that is private Moorish property. So that's how my weekend went. But in reference to that, just been, digging, because no matter how much you study, no matter how much you uncover, no matter how much you know inside the walls of your mind, if you can't pull shit out of your brain and make it and manifest it outside your body, it don't mean nothing. So this is why I'm constantly never satisfied with where I am. If I was satisfied with just having my nationality card, I'd still be I'd probably be on YouTube today talking about, well, how I got my nationality and we're this and that. But then if someone were to ask me a simple question like, well, all right, well, if you got your nationality and everything, well, what are you doing with it? I wouldn't be able to answer that question the way I can answer that question today. You know, if I was satisfied with just having a nationality card, with just having an L or B affixed to my name, which really don't mean shit if my actions don't qualify me carrying that noble title. You know what I'm saying? Of L or B. So it's all about actions, man. It's all about actions. And where we're at right now, what's going on here? Where we are at in the current diaspora. So what happened here? There we go. Where we are at right now in the current diaspora is there's a lot of us out here who want the information. I understand. We want to break it down. But I think. Now, here's two things. Two things, right? Hello. How you doing? So, two things. One of them being that the moment, right? So the moment that you relinquish your rights as one of the people, you fall under what is known as 14th Amendment citizenship or second class, right? So either you're a natural born citizen, you're a naturalized citizen, or you're a subject citizen. Those are your options. And everyone on the planet is obligated to honor their ancestors. Don't matter where the hell they came from, because you came from them. So if you can't have enough decency inside your body to at least show homage and show respect and show appreciation and show love, right? Embrace your culture, embrace your history, embrace who you are, and the world will embrace you. You understand? Embracing oneself is also a contract that you're making with the earth. Because the moment you love yourself 100% and embrace who you are and make that contract, the earth will agree with it and therefore will co-sign whatever you choose to do, whether it's good or bad, because the earth is simply here to observe. Yeah, I said it. The earth is here to observe. Well, a lot of people think is that we're here to observe the earth. No, nigga. We are the ones being observed by the earth. And through our evolution or our evolutionary progress, the earth uploads that and sends new beings down with the downloads. So don't you comprehend? We're the ones that are doing all the data collection, right? Because we are the earth. So the earth is doing data collection on herself. This is why Prophet Drew Ali said, when you're done studying and you studied all you can study, what else should I study after that? He said, study yourself. There is nothing that you cannot learn new about yourself. It don't matter how long you've been studying yourself. So essentially, this is what the earth is doing. The earth is studying herself through us. And we are different aspects or divine aspects of the earth. Okay? And the earth being, put like this, I would look at the earth as the mind of God. The earth would be the mind of God. Because the earth is alive and she is a womb, right? And it's dark. The earth is dark at its core. And understanding that even during the daytime, right? So-called daytime, which may appear like the sun is out, which it is. It's just that these clouds are in the way. But on top of that, the main understanding is that the earth is still suspended in space right now. Regardless of whether there's light in the sky or not, the earth is suspended in space right now. So there's no such thing as us going into outer space. We are in space. We've never left space. This is why melanated beings have space suits called melanin or copper. So understanding that we are who we are, Like if I were to ask you, where do you live? Where do you live? Where do I live? Oh, I know. I live in Washington State. Oh no. No, see, I'm a national. I'm a national. So I live on Aboriginal lands. I live in Northwest of Mexico. I live in so-so territory. I live in that territory. None of those things are valid answers. You live inside your body. Your body is the temple where God dwelleth within. Simple. This is the temple. This is the Moorish Holy Science Temple of America, right? I am in my Moorish Holy Science Temple walking in America or walking on America. So understand that I am not this body. I am more than this body. This is why I'm a Moor, right? And being a Moor is not complicated either. For a lot of people to make it complicated, Moor means black. No. Okay, Moor does not mean adjective. Moor is a noun. Moor does not mean a color. Moor means land. So if we can follow the instructions of not only Prophet El-Hajj Sharif Abdul Ali, but also those who came before him, like Deuce Muhammad, you know what I'm saying? Other scholars or other ancestors who were speaking about nationality, not just Drew Ali. Drew Ali was a seed of many seeds that have been manifested and brought over here to what? Redeem God's people. But if God keeps sending you messengers and you keep refusing the message, that ain't on God, that's on you. So, understanding that we are all Moors, meaning we're all land. Where are you from? You from the land? If you're from the land, then you're a Moor. If you're chocolate skin, dark skin, melanated, beautiful being, melanated eyes, you're a Moor. You're a Moor. There ain't no way around it. You are a Moor. You are from the land. You are a Moor. You are a Moor. You are a Moor. We're not colors. All right? There are no treaties on the planet for black people, for African American people. And if we are so-called African American, right? If we really from Africa, shit. Why don't you go buy a plane ticket and take your ass back to Africa? If you ain't from here, take your ass back to Africa and go do what you need to do over there. Because for those who are from this continent, we got work to do. And our work is not in Africa. Shit, we need to pay attention, all right? You see what the African Union is doing? Have y'all been paying attention to international news? Are y'all comprehending what's taking place with the African Union? They're closing out. They're closing out all foreigners. Anyone who is not a national of the land, meaning if they are not melanated, they are not fucking with them. So, but over here in the Americas, we are continually allowing the BS to continue to happen. And we're not making any stands. All we want to do is go and protest and shit. But you got to understand, you can't protest and move for a cause of action against the government in which you are voluntarily pledging your allegiance to. Meaning, you can't live in someone's house and then complain about how the house is, but yet you're still living in the house. Shut the fuck up. Bottom line, that's what that means. It means you ain't got shit to say until you get your own house. But until then, while you're still living in the house called the United States or the U.S. and they do shit you don't like, you ain't got no right to protest. That's clear in the 14th Amendment. You ain't got no right to protest. You can't bring no claims against the United States. Because if you are giving them your allegiance, what you are doing is you are contracting. The terms of the contract is that you give them your allegiance and they offer you their protection. Just like the mob, right? Pay me a few bones a week and I'll make sure nobody come mess with your store, except for me. What type of deal is that? Nobody else. You pay me, and I'll make sure you ain't gotta pay no one else except me. That is so crazy. All right, that is not a good deal. That is not a good deal. So, understanding that we are nationals of this land, and we need to take control over our shit and stop being afraid. Everyone's afraid to make mistakes. Everyone's willing to ask a million questions so they don't make a mistake. Do you comprehend that one mistake can answer all those questions you are unsure about? So there's nothing wrong with mistakes. We need to get out of the fear of not wanting to make a mistake. How do you expect to learn if you do everything right? That is not realistic. How can you expect to be able to be prepared for all types of scenarios if you haven't experienced all types of scenarios? How? You want to do everything right, but you're afraid to make mistakes. How? You got to make mistakes if you want to do it right. That's the only way you teach people right. Nah, don't do that. I did that. This is what happened. You wouldn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Experience. Experience says, don't do that. This is what I experienced. That's what that does. So please, we need to get out of the phase of afraid to make a mistake. Let me tell you something about claiming your status. You have every right in the motherfucking world to claim your name and your heritage. If you don't believe me, look up House Resolution 194. I repeat, House Resolution 194. Okay? We don't need to be apologetic for being captured as prisoners of war. That's not our fault. All right? We don't need to be sorry about that. That's what the fuck happened to us. Why are we being apologetic about that? We got captured as prisoners of war. And now coming to the information and understanding that, we're not prisoners of war. And I want to correct my shit. I have every right to correct my shit and not leave this plane with information within society that reflects that I did not honor my ancestors. Fuck that. I'm not down with that. In any way, shape, form, or fashion. I'm not down with that. And because I'm not down with that, it gives me a conviction in my heart. Not because I'm trying to get out of things, I'm trying to get out of debt, even though there is no debt, if you understand law properly. But, this movement, if your heart is in the right place, you can do no wrong. You can make no mistakes, is what I'm trying to say. Is if your intention is you're doing this so you can get tax exempt, you're doing this so you can get out of tickets, you're doing this so you can, get out of this and get out of that, then yeah, you would have that pressure of you don't want to make any mistakes because you're not doing this with the right intention. You're doing this for an agenda. So yeah, whenever an agenda is involved, there is no room for mistakes in an agenda that doesn't come from the heart. In an agenda that comes from the heart, when it comes from the heart, there is no such thing as mistakes. Only learning lessons. Because everything, whether good or bad, will move you up in the ranks of understanding. So you have Moors, like myself, who've been studying for 5+ years. You have other Moors who've been studying for 20+ years, 25+ years, 15 years, 10 years. And then you have Moors who are 2.5 years into the information. And you want to get on the ball rolling the same way as this brother over here who's been studying for 5+, done been able to accumulate or attain a certain amount of knowledge to where we can start manifesting things here in real life, in real time, not just talk about shit like, the peace treaty's here, yada, 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 yada. Well, how about, the peace treaty's here, claim your tax treaty benefits, motherfuckers. Your Zodiac Constitution is there, claim your birthright, claim your inheritance, claim your estate. What is your estate? North, South, and Central America. Going across the Atlantic islands into Ethiopia. or what we call Ethiopia, which is really Kush. So let's stop it. Let's stop it. Okay? We are the descendants of Ham. And when I say the descendants of Ham, I'm referring to the ancient peoples of what we call today America. All right? We are the descendants of Ham, the father. The people on the other side, in reference to North Africa and up, those are the descendants of Cush, the son. The splitting of the land between Ham and Cush, father and son. We are descendants of the father. Our brothers and sisters across the waterways going into Africa, those are our children. They are the descendants of Cush. You understand? Father and son. The same thing in Bible when they're talking about, when they say a name like David or Abraham, they're talking about a lineage. They're talking about a family bloodline. They're not talking about actually just Abraham or actually just David. So you got to think about it in the same way. So we're at a stage now in development where we have to self-actualize and self-realize, and understanding that once you understand that you are who you are, just do it. Hey, so we need a school. Make one. Hey, we need a hospital. Make one. Hey, we need to start making some businesses so we can work for ourselves. Make them. It's easy. Once you understand the basics. Do you realize in my 5+ years of studying, and I'm not saying this like I'm proud or boastful and shit, but I have never gone through all of the questionnaires, the 101. Never went through the 101. Never. All I did was, from the day I started getting information, I started reading up on congressional records, constitutions, treaties, acts. You know what I'm saying? Any type of congressional record that ties pieces together, especially in reference to timeline. You know what I'm saying? Timeline. So, with all these things in place, you understand what I'm saying? I had a gander at it. I was like, let me open up the 101s. Yo, I answered all the goddamn 101s. Easy. And I swear, my first time looking at the 101s. And it just shows me that the level of dedication and study I've put in pays off, because my foundation is well rooted without even me realizing it, because it's not like I was up all night studying the 101s. I just studied the information. You know what I'm saying? So it just makes me feel good to know that what I've studied at my own pace, in my own way, and what I've been able to create is actually in alignment with the 101s, to where I can hold my own on them. Just like any other good Moor, or any other faithful Moor, active Moor, as the Prophet requests. So that's all we're trying to be in this day, age, and time. And, microwave answers is not the solution for now. And yes, a lot of us are going through serious situations and scenarios, and we're trying to find a way out. I comprehend that. But let's make one thing clear. That situation that you're currently in right now, if it didn't happen, would you have been awoke? Would you have been awakened to the information? If not, then that situation is what needed to happen. And that situation is what you need to go through to show yourself approved. Everything in life is a challenge. It's not meant to be handed to us. We're meant to rise above and beyond the opposition, because the greatest opposition is ourselves. And once we get past ourselves, it's light work. All right? So, I'm your boy. I'm your brother. All right, brother cool. If you need information, contact me at suneluniversity@gmail.com. That's SUNELUNIVERSITY@gmail.com. And if you would like to make any donations towards Sunel University and upliftment of fallen humanity, please do so at PayPal.com. Email is suneluniversity@gmail.com. I'm your brother Cool. Thanks for having me. Hope to hear from y'all soon. Keep the love coming and keep on studying. Peace.